here we are again. I'm here to do the devotion with you. The preacher's off doing a little job for someone. This morning, I'm going to tell you the verse first, and then I'm going to talk to you and tell you a story or two. The verse is in Proverbs chapter 3, and it's really 1 and 2, and I'm going to explain that. So 1 is, my child, do not forget my teaching, but keep my commands in mind. Follow my commandments, he says. And then 2 says, then you will live a long time, and your life will be successful. You'll live a long time. That's the part I want to dwell on today. We're going to talk about that. Sometimes when you're a kid, you think, man, these parents or these adults, they don't want me to have any fun. They have all these rules. I can't do this. I can't do that. Well, it's because we want you to stay safe. We don't want you to get hurt so bad that you. So, in junior high school. So that, I'm not sure which grade I was in when I did this. 7th grade I was in when we did that. When I did it. We lived just a little over 2 miles from my school. And I'm from the city, and most of you kids that are listening to this are from the country, and the bus picks you up. You don't have to worry about walking to school or anything like that. But in the city, if you lived within 2 miles, you didn't get the bus. And if your parents worked, you didn't get a ride to school either. So I had to walk. And whatever shortcut I could take, I ride with a friend, ride with a neighbor, even if they weren't my friend, I didn't care. Just get me home so I don't have to walk 2 miles. Well, I'd heard from these other a shortcut. It kind of went through the woods and across. And I also heard from other kids that way because there's railroad police that will catch you crossing the railroad tracks, and they'll take you in this room and make you watch this video of all the bad things that could happen to you when you're crossing railroad tracks, because that is dangerous. But when you're in 7th grade, you think I'm crossing railroad tracks, big deal. Well, I was by myself, which I shouldn't have been taking this shortcut by myself either. And I went the shortcut. It's through the woods by myself. And I get to the point where I'm going to come out of the woods and cross the railroad tracks. And there's a train tracks stopped. Front of the train, and it's not the back of the train. It's the middle of the train. There's no sight to the back or the front. So I waited for a little while thinking, well, the train will move. But you know, there's only so long I can wait, because if I get home late, then I'm pretty soon. What am I going to do? So I made the decision to climb under. Really bad decision. Now, I didn't get hurt. The train didn't move. And the police didn't catch me, and I didn't have to watch video of all the bad things that could happen, because that was what I did. And I came out from under the train and scooted on home. And everything was fine. God protected me. That's the truth. But all of those parents, now that I'm an adult, all of those adults and all of those parents that had those rules, the train police, they had those rules for good reasons. It was to keep me living for a long time. If that train had moved while I'll just get home soon and I won't get in trouble for being late. It was a really bad. I was very fortunate to get home safe. So I want you to remember that God gives us those commandments so that we can be safe. We can continue living our lives for a long time. It's not just to be a good kid. It's not just to be a brown noser. It's so that we'll be safe and God can keep us here for a long time. So I want you to remember to follow